everyone, it's the Actual Shifter here, and today we have another episode of Multiverse Wars, episode number 61. And today in this new season or era or whatever you want to call it, we have a fight between of martial art prowess and modern automotives. This is a battle between Taki from the Soul Calibur series and Holley Shiftwell from the Cars series. So we're going to be discussing who will emerge victorious today, just like any other episode, and yeah. Let's do this. Taki is a character that originates from the Soul Calibur series of fighting games, making her debut all the way in the first game of the series, Soul Edge or Soul Blade. She has thus far been allowed and appeared in all of the following games without exception of Soul Calibur V, in which she was replaced by her student, Natsu, who was searching for her master. But now that we know about her basic origins, let's talk about her powers, abilities, and feats. Taki possesses superhuman strength, as she was able to deal significant damage thanks to her ninja go or short swords and various martial arts techniques. Her attacks can easily cut through armor and cause severe damage to her opponents, as shown when she fought and killed a weakened Cervantes de Leon, who is very powerful in his own right, as he is comparable to both Nightmare and Ivy, two other characters in Soul Calibur, which puts Taki at around multi-continent level plus, or at least in terms of AP and durability, attack potency and durability. She is also superior to Ivy, who is able to kick away a bullet point blank, and bullets can fire at speeds at around 2,700 feet per second or around 3,000 kilometers per hour, which gives Taki supersonic plus combat and reaction speeds. In addition to that, she is even a master of Nujinsu, trained in the arts of stealth, assassination, and martial combat. Her skills were honored to perfection, making her one of the deadliest fighters within her series. And her most notable techniques and weapons are the Blades of Vanquishment, where Taki says "Oogie" and kicks her foe, then performs a magical ninja spell in order to duplicate herself into 3. Then afterwards she slashes through her target, jumps into the air, and becomes 1 again. Then we have her Vanquish Blades, where at the beginning of this single middle break, she crouches down slightly and rushes forward, slashing the enemy horizontally with both of her blades in blue flames and colored lightning bolts. The enemy is thrown at quite the distance after the attack. And yeah, while Taki may be powerful and is very skilled in combat, she's still not perfect, as for one, if her weapons are taken away from her, this could give her a disadvantage. And while she may be fast and agile, as she can dodge bullets, if an opponent can somehow match her speed and predict her movement, then she can potentially be exploited by her openings in defense, on her defense. And additionally, while she is pretty durable, sustained heavy damage can wear her down over time. But in the end, Taki's resilience and mastery of combat techniques ensure that she remains a formidable warrior within the Soul Calibur universe. Holley Shiftwell is a major character in Pixar's Cars 2. She is a secret agent based in Tokyo or Japan who assists Finn McMissile in his missions. Holley was sent in the World Grand Prix opening ceremony to exchange important information with Finn McMissile, and she quickly becomes a field operative as Finn sent her to meet another spy by the name of Rotorg Redline. However, the latter is attacked by 2 gremlins, and the lemons later kill Rotorg Redline. But then she is forced to deliver an auto photograph to Mater, who, when he meets this one, he falls in love with her and thinks they're on a date. But at the end of the movie, Holley does actually become Mater's girlfriend, so yeah. But for this episode of Multiverse Wars, we're going to be using a composite version of Holley, meaning that we're going to be using her feats from the movies, games, etc., anything really. So yeah, let's talk about her powers, abilities, and feats. Holley can scale to Finn McMissile himself, who is strong enough to throw a lemon car down the street in Tokyo and can fight the pull of a powerful magnet by another character by the name of Tony Trihall, the battleship. For his durability, Finn survived falling from an oil rig and can dodge a torpedo at the last moment, Gatling gunfire. And he's even fast enough to avoid missiles from warships, dodges charges from other lemon cars, jumps off a crane arm, nails a tight turn, and weaves through traffic and rooftops like no issue. Holley should scale to all of these feats performed by Finn, putting her at around wall level or city block level on the high end. And in Cars 2, the video game, there are weapons that the characters can use, those being the oil slick, machine guns, impact mine, trachea missiles, the leech, the skate jack, the satellite quake, and the two other high-level weapons, those being the satellite blitz and the impulse blast. These weapons can either stop cars dead in their tracks or just destroy them outright, forcing them to respawn. And yeah, Holley is in this game too, meaning that she has access to all these different weapons and gadgets, which can make her a difficult opponent for her to keep up with in terms of fighting and even defeating her is the case. And as for her base stats from the movie, Holley can travel to speeds up to 160 miles per hour and has a 0 to 60 of 5.5 seconds. Her engine type is a 3.5 liter turbocharged V6 engine, and she has over 275 horsepower. Not to mention that she has her gadgets pretty much on her at all times, like her onboard computer, where Holley is capable of getting a holographic screen displayed in front of her hood to show spy data, and she usually deals with track platforms like a mouse. Yeah, he basically has a dual trackball platforms he uses as a mouse in the movie. Projection lamps that show her the display of a hologram above her headlights, located above her headlights, as you know, they show display and shit like that. And also headlight cameras where she sends messages on her onboard computer being invisible, and also digital readouts where she can get transmissions from other agents, as well as seeing her environments map within the screen, which is located on the left of her wing mirror. And her most notable ability, her retractable wings, which allows Holley to fly in the air like a plane and can travel at really fast speeds, as she was able to keep up with Mater while his rocket boots were going off. So yeah. She also has concealed guns and an electroshock device, which can be used to give people electric shock, much like what she did to Tomber, another character in the Cars 2 movie when they were chasing him around in Italy. And on top of all of this, Holley is highly intelligent and skilled in espionage, and possesses extensive knowledge of the spycraft in general. Her analytical skills and quick thinking enable her to navigate complex situations and outsmart her other adversaries. But even with all of that going for her, she still has her weaknesses, like her over-reliance on her weapons could be exploited in her other opponent's favor, and if these weapons and gadgets are either disabled or countered, her combat effectiveness can be significantly reduced. Also, as a vehicle, while she is fast in terms of travel speed, her maneuverability and agility might be limited in certain environments because, she's a car. But overall, Holley Shiftwell's arsenal of interrogated gadgets such as tasers, machine guns, and holographic projectors make her a highly effective in both offensive and defensive scenarios. And despite her reliance on technology and lack of agility, her intelligence and strategic thinking allow her to outmaneuver and outsmart adversaries, ensuring that she remains a formidable spy. And now that we discussed both Key's characters, it's time I talk about who would win in a fight between the two. Now, both Taki and Holley will put up a good fight with each other because, yeah, they're both highly skilled in terms of fighting and skills, but only one can come out on top. And I would say that Holley Shiftwell would be the winner of this battle, and I will tell you why. Because for one, both these characters do have their strengths and their weaknesses. For example, Taki does have superior combat skills, agility, and stealth techniques, but her disadvantages are her over-reliance on close-quarters combat, her limited durability, and her lack of advanced technology to counter Holley's tech. While Holley does have her machine guns and other spy gadgets, and is capable of traveling at high speeds thanks to her being a car, and being able to insert quick pursuits, and her reinforced body being able to resist more damage, but she is not designed for traditional hand-to-hand combat, and because of the fact that she is a vehicle, this will limit her maneuverability to at least a certain extent. But in the end, Holley's more advanced gadgets and skill do provide her with a more significant advantage because she can attack from a distance, whereas Taki can't really do that, besides if he could use her magical abilities, but even then, she's still really only doing it in Soul Calibur at close range when she's closer to an opponent. Whereas Holley can attack from close distance thanks to her machine guns and tasers, keeping Taki at bay and neutralizing her close quarters combat strength. And while Taki is fast, Holley's high speed capabilities and travel speed will make sure that the fight will be pretty close in terms of the speed edge, will allowing her Taki to outmaneuver Taki in open spaces. And her speed once again assures that Holley can remain a distance and avoid Taki's attacks for the most part, anyways. Then Holley's better durability and reinforced armor, for say, because a car, which makes her more resilient to Taki's strikes, or at least make her more resilient to Taki's strikes and attacks. And even if Taki does land a few good hits, Holley can still just withstand those anyways, thanks to her scaling to Finn, who can survive several, explosions per se, and can survive attacks from other characters like the Lemons, and she can still throw Lemons over, high distances across the street, thanks to her scaling to Finn, and she should be on par with him. And also, Holley does hold the edge in intelligence. So when it comes to in the end, Taki will put up a good fight, and she is a better hand-to-hand fighter because she has received better combat training. But in the end, Holley's technological edge, combined with her speed and durability and intelligence, would allow her Holley to win more often than not. And with that, the winner is Holley Shiftwell.